Alright, so now we're going to try to lift the front. I have less of an idea how to do this than I did the back. So I'm going to take more stuff apart, basically. But basically, I'm going to start. Let's take the liners off. Maybe I'll disconnect the shock. And then I'm going to have to probably remove the lower control arm. Here's something that's kind of cool, the Corvette suspension. I don't know if you can see, but this right here, this long black thing, that is the that's the leaf spring, and it pushes down on the lower control arm right there, and that's how you have suspension. I don't know how, I mean, how it works so good, but it works good. I mean, they kept it to like 2017. So let's mess with taking some stuff apart. So it seems like Chevrolet does not want you to take these inner fender liners off. There was, I counted exactly 387,612 screws to get it off, and they were like from the top and the bottom. But here we go. We're making room for activities here. We got some less important stuff still. We're gonna go ahead and get the shock bolt off now. I mean, maybe I should put something under it. I would think as long as it's not my toe, that'll be okay. Hold on, stupid sockets always get stuck on here. There we go. I already got the extension in here. Let's hope this just pops right off. Kinda. This is the poor man's deep socket. All right. Crap. This is going to be harder than I thought. More to 11. All right, I had to get a bigger wrench. Took the Sawzall and cut both sides of the bolt off, and I don't think I touched the threads. I'm pretty awesome. We are going to take the upper control arms off, and I'm hoping that droops the lower control arms enough that I can stick stuff in there to make the car higher without doing extra work I don't feel like doing. I've got the passenger side. There's a lot of room when you take off these inner fenders. So, and it looks like I'll be able to cut here with not having to worry about the battery. All right, so instead of taking all this apart, it doesn't look like it wants to come apart. I got the shock bolt off. I'm going to take the upper control arm off from the top, because there's also these shims in here, and I'm no alignment expert, but I'm pretty sure that's how we're going to bring the camber back in, because I'm sure it'll be tipping out once we lift it 2 inches, 1 inch, whatever we do. So, it's apart on me. When I do it, I'm going to have to use a deep socket for the other side. All right, please don't explode. Good. Didn't try to kill me. Pretty cool. So let's see here. I'll take these off. Now these look important, so I better not lose them. So I'll put them right here in this bad spot over here. So in theory, this control arm should pull right off. But theory doesn't work well with Corvettes. So let's get a pry bar so we don't die. probably a lot easier if you know what you're doing. I've got zero idea. I've never done this before. But that's the fun with a car like this. Who cares? Who cares if you know what you're doing or not? I got weight under the jack, under the control arm, but oh, there it comes. Well, there you go. Well, now it's out really far, but I'd like to get it off. So I guess this bolt's gonna have to let go in. Oh yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna have to jimmy with this a little bit. Let's see if I can get it in before the storm, because it's not looking very good every time I come out here. Nice. Okay. Oh, shoot. That's all right. We'll find it. These are like carriage bolts, so you don't have to really worry about anything on the back side. Yeah, looks like they're gonna come out pretty easy. Oh, he's got our trusty crowbar handy. Let's see if this one wants to. Alright. Let's see if we get some pressure on this. I don't want everything to blow up in my face too much. Maybe less pressure actually. Let's watch how the bolt goes. Oh. So maybe even less. Maybe more. There we go. See, there's usually a way to do this without going crazy. 3 shims in the back, 4 shims in the front on this side. Definitely not afraid my hands are going to get ripped off while I do this. Nah. So I'm going to leave these shims here. Now, this should pretty much, yeah, pop out. So now, there we go. Perfect. So now let's see what happens when we lower it down. So that's the leaf spring there. I'm hoping when I lower it, the leaf spring has some play. Yeah, the leaf spring's actually loose. So now I'm gonna try to take these mounts under here, you can't really see them, and drop the whole leaf spring down. So the angles will be a little off, but the spring rate and everything should be the same that way. And that way, it'll ride just as crappy as it did before, just higher. I mean, I'm cool with that. I may want to consider lowering these sway bar mounts or get longer links. Lowering them wouldn't be that hard with a couple blocks to space, so I might go that route. Alright, so my theory, which I don't really know if it's gonna work, the leaf springs mount with these mounts on one on each side. I already took the cover off. So what I'm thinking is if I take this off, lower the leaf spring, put a block in on top, therefore pushing the leaf spring down, that should lift it. If I need more lift, I can put a little more on the control arm. So let's see what happens when we take this down. I don't really know if there's enough room for the 1-inch space. Alright, well, it moves a little. It's always a good sign. I'll lose the nuts here. Probably should not use just my hands at this point. So let me see if I can get a pry bar. This is how we're going to lift the front. Control arm, upper control arm is off like I did before. I've got a jack under the lower control arm on the other side, which is in essence pushing the spring down on this side. Plenty of room for activities there. So yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get you a good view of this. All right, so that's where the spring goes. Literally gonna take this, put it right in there. Put it right in there. If you get lucky, you might find the hole. Okay. Something like that. And now we're going to try to get the bolts from the top. They're a little more difficult to get in. New hardware, about an inch longer. Let's see what we can do about getting those in. Okay, got that one in. Perfect. Now let's get the front one in. I'm gonna have to drop it in through the top. Very small opening again. Like the steering rack is really in the way. But let's see what we can do. Sometimes you gotta get dirty and get down here. Oh boy. What the hell am I doing? Why can't I have normal hobbies? Even like normal cars. Alright, you can see in here that tan block. 1-inch square block is in there, holes going through it. Now I just gotta tighten it up. Made it a lot easier to put to lift up the driver's side than the passenger side drop down, and I'm assuming it's going to do the opposite when I get to the other side, so I had plenty of room to get that block in there. I feel good about this, so we'll see how it does. Now I'm just going to tighten up the bolts, and now we're just going to tighten these up. Hopefully these bolts won't spin, because the other side didn't. This side's not right now. You have to get a wrench up there. No, this one's not going to be too bad. The back one is like, don't know what that was. Anyway, the back one is like encapsulated. So let's hope we can get this one tight enough. We can get a couple threads and pull it in. Oh, I think we're looking good here. Almost. Hammer time. Da, 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 da. Da, da. Yeah, hammer. Oh, let's see. Everybody cross their fingers. I grab it. Oh, we grabbed it. So here we go. So we're just gonna tighten these up and put everything back together and see if it actually lifted anything. And I think this one's grabbing, so I'm happy. If not, it'll do it when I put weight on the car. And here we go. You'll see I also trimmed a lot, which you'll see more of that in the next coming videos. But it may also be some fender flares on there. That's coming up too. So yeah, so the front lifted nice. The car sits very level, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I had to do some custom shocks in the front too, because believe it or not, they don't make shocks for lifted Corvettes. You're probably as shocked as I am. I get it. So again, saved you guys so much time. All you guys are gonna lift Corvettes after you watch this. All thousands, millions of you probably. I went through, I think it's a Monroe catalog that had all the extended lens and the compressed lens and the type of ends, just like I did in the back. And I found that Bronco, mid 80s or late 80s, early 90s Bronco shocks work when you lift a Corvette. probably had that in mind when they were designing Broncos, that the rear shocks would be good to lift a Corvette. I mean, obviously, right? So this is what I ended up with. The only thing I really had to do, you see it's got this T-bar mount at the bottom, is the holes were just a little too close together. So what I did, and let's see if I can get it down there to show you. Some shocks actually come like this. Here we go. I slotted the ends so I'd have a little extra room. Like you'll see on this side here, it's a hole, and that side is now slotted. And also, there you go. And also you can move them a little bit front to back. I have no idea why you would want to do that. Maybe a little clearance issues with the sway bar. Yeah, that's why I did it, because of clearance issues with the sway bar. Don't listen to what I just said. And yeah, so it worked out well. It's cool because the shocks cost like 25 bucks each. They come with new rubber up top. I don't have to buy any of that. I mean, I come from the BMW world where you buy shocks for $150 a piece, and then you buy mounts for another $50, and there's probably something else that you need too, or get a check engine light or something. So this was great. So yeah, so that's how it all ended up, and we got a nice lift. All right, so that's the end of this episode. We've got it lifted all the way, front and back now. Now we're just here to make it pretty. Well, I don't know, we'll see. Next time I'll show you everything I did with the cutting, because we cut a lot of fiberglass off this car. And hopefully they'll be painting it this weekend. We'll see, depends on the weather. And this weekend really makes no difference to you guys, because you have no idea when I'm actually filming this, and who knows when I'll actually put the video together. But anyway, hey, and if you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button. It'll help me out a little bit, and you can keep seeing more lifted Corvettes, and who knows what the next project's going to be. I guarantee it'll be fun. It's not going to be boring. I don't like boring. So, and I do like different, if you can't tell. Thanks, guys.